and hears it all the time.
That's hers. That could be her mum and dad, so. I don't want to copy it.
I don't know who you are.
And I will kill you.
Is he Indian? South Africa is a rainbow nation, so we have like, God knows how many languages. But yeah, we definitely have a really crazy mixture of accents.
In the States, there's definitely a huge range of accents. Like even in the South alone, there's so many different types. There's like Tennessee Southern, Texas Southern, and then there's like Louisiana Southern. But if you go up north, there's like Boston, New Jersey, New York accents, then there's Midwest, and there's California. It really just kind of depends. So there's a wide range of accents for sure.
In New Zealand, there's not really that many different accents. There's maybe a southern accent, but for the most part, it's kind of just how strong is your accent. And obviously there's a lot of people from around the world in New Zealand, so there's a lot of accents from kind of all around the place as well.
Australia is really similar to New Zealand. It's about the strongness of the accent, not like the various types of accents.
Ireland is really different. Like Northern Ireland is England, so it's quite British compared to Southern or Western Ireland. And my accent, because I lived here so long, it's changed a lot.
Well, England has plethora of accents, to be honest. You drive 5 miles from one village to another and you're going to find a different accent. So over 50 accents that I know of, but they go crazy from Scotland having this super strong accent to Northern Ireland actually having a really strong accent as well and speaking a bit of Irish, and it just goes a bit mad, really. Oh no.
Case by case.
They're speaking in the accent they come from, right? Not acting.
Most movies are kind of American accents, right? Even if they're...
Sometimes, but sometimes it's really hard to tell. So I'm trying to think, for example, he's an English actor, but he plays like Dr. House.
Oh, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, his American accent is so completely flawless. I never knew he was from the UK until I actually searched it up. Standard American accent is actually not that difficult. I think for most English speakers, regardless of their native accent. Other than him, I can't exactly pinpoint some that are particularly, I can say are not American.
Occasionally I do. My eldest boy is at boarding school. He'll sometimes call up and say, Dad,
Scotland.
School? Yeah. I feel like I know, just from one specific word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Scottish as well. The way it's school. I think about the girl who had this stuff drawn on her face. She's like, I'm gonna be late for school. Like,
It's not funny.
it's not funny, but I think Scotland maybe.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You go for Scotland?
Start?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Liam Neeson. And I will kill you.
He's from Ireland, but I said Scotland. In some parts of Scotland, they pronounce the words differently than Ireland. It's more of a thicker accent. The R's, some of the phrases.
They sound like they're from Liverpool and Scouse at the same time. Oh god. Does it sound like they're from England, like UK area to me?
No, Scotland doesn't sound like British. It's different. Scottish people come more from the throat.
Yeah, I don't want to copy it.
So it's like now we know it's Irish, but if you had asked me to just differentiate between Irish and Scottish, I might have a more difficult time.
Man,
Yes.
And flight was, Neil was flying before he could drive, so it felt like something I should learn how to do.
It's California, for sure.
Like how to do?
Yes, it's like something he has to do. Like that little they call it vocal fry, like at the end where it's like, hi. If you hear that, it's usually West Coast.
Is it Ryan Gosling?
Wow.
Oh, Canada.
Interesting.
I feel like a lot of Canadians lose their accents when they act. They kind of smooth it out, and
I was gonna say Justin Bieber's technically from Canada, but is he?
So Canadian and American English is a little bit, obviously very similar.
Well, you lived in Canada.
Yeah, but
okay.
from what I've experienced, out is always very distinctive. House and boot, those three in particular, you can always spot a Canadian. What is that about, eh?
What?
What is that about, hey?
Oh, I would never have known though that he's from Canada. Based on that, he sounds California.
yeah. It's like that default American actor accent.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he's been in the States a while.
If you're a new immigrant or a tourist, there could be an entirely different interpretation on it. And that's what's worrying Heather McAllister. She sees and hears it all the time.
Sounds like Dad's cricket video.
Not so familiar with.
He said Kiwi, so
Yeah, he said Kiwi,
That's a very classic New Zealand accent.
What is Kiwi? Is it slang for a New Zealander?
Yeah, it's slang for a New Zealander.
It's a little
It's
fluffy
like a bird,
bird.
but...
It's not fruit.
Yeah, it's like the national animal, so we are Kiwis. I think the New Zealand accent is very nasal, kind of up here. I think that's kind of the difference between New Zealand and even British or American is, it's much more nasal, and the more strong the New Zealand accent is, the more kind of nasal it gets. Tone is what gives it away.
Can you put on a stronger Kiwi accent?
Like if I talk like this, I'm like, hello, I'm from New Zealand, and this is my normal accent.
Accent?
Yeah.
Before the Kiwi, I didn't know it was New Zealand.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I feel like Australian accent and New Zealand are quite similar.
I think it's like Canadian and American. Like there's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if someone has like a strong Australian or strong New Zealand, you can definitely tell. But as you get more like mild, it can be very hard.
I guess we like roll it out more, like.
But even roll it out more when you said it, it sounded different to how a Kiwi would say it.
Yeah. Like a big one is like here, like we are here, but then it's just like here.
Yeah, it's like they roll their tongue more here.
I was doing the press for The Prestige, and we were traveling around. I got to talk with Chris a lot about it.
Is that Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman.
But his accent is, yeah, that is an Aussie man.
So obvious.
Yeah.
So obvious. Like we just like roll everything out like longer. So I guess when we say stuff, it's like longer. Pretty hard to explain.
I feel like it's O's and R's that are the most distinctive.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's O and R.
Harder than a full step because you end up. I'm talking. So it can be harder than it can be harder than. So yeah, so that can be harder.
That's hers. That could be her mum and dad, so.
Yeah, is it Ireland? Okay. The R, because like in Northern Ireland, you say like, can I go to the car? Car. Northern Ireland, yeah. I know. Car. It's Northern Ireland. It's British. England.
In England, there's so many, so I'll just say the standard pronunciation is car.
Oh, just car, not car.
No, car.
Where does the Y come from? How would you say it in South Africa?
Again, guys, South Africa has 11 languages, so I don't know which accent pronunciation you want me to talk
Just
about.
general one.
Ha.
Call.
But it's more British.
In New Zealand, we kind of remove the like R. Like we say like R instead of R, so it's just like car. Like the A just kind of extends. Or like a sailor, O just kind of keeps going. So yeah, we kind of almost get rid of the R. We don't really pronounce it like very strongly.
Yeah, I think for Australia, it's very similar to New Zealand.
Similar.
Similar, yeah.
It depends on the area. If 5 minutes away, it could be completely
That's the
different
thing.
accent.
I speak like standard pronunciation kind of thing. Yeah, it's like RP is standard pronunciation, and then there are the accents of different areas, which would be Satori.
I found out that you use, you know, the happy emoji where it's like got its eyes closed and it's like smiling.
It's Australia.
Again, not the name of the actress.
I couldn't tell if it was Kiwi or Aussie.
That's very Australian.
Australia, yeah.
I reckon you're more used to the differences.
Yeah, we can hear it more. It's like saying like you, it's like you in Australian.
Yeah, usually the vowels, we just say it longer. That's like the first clue.
Australia, who?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, I guess.
She sounds like Margot Robbie.
That's a compliment, by the way, fans. She was complimenting her voice.
They sound like Barbie.
Yeah, they have very strong accent, very Australian accent.
I was about 18 years old, and in the middle of the dinner once, I grabbed the camera and I went in the bathroom, and I just took a picture of my penis.
Canada?
That's Deadpool.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I would have thought US, 100%.
Yeah.
But I know who it is, so except for that reason.
But yeah, to me it sounds American.
I feel like unless I see them dressed in like red with a maple leaf and they say out, I'm not gonna think it's Canadian.
Let's just talk about that. Okay, hamburger is German, from Hamburg. What else would you...
Finally, I know a celebrity. Tom Holland.
He's English, right?
Yes, he's from London.
But his American accent's really good.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's from London. Fantastic.
Can you do an English or an American accent? Well, I'm only asking because it seems like the people that are from like UK can put on an American accent very well.
I think that's media exposure. It's just because we spend so much time listening to American accents that we can kind of mimic it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like American accent is really easy to copy though.
As naturally to me. You know, there was a side of me that enjoyed the idea of sort of the darker humor part of the character, but the genuine sort of lethalness of him was quite disturbing sometimes.
Part of that I always wonder is...
But wait, the South African hasn't come out yet.
Oh, in the end? That's South African, yeah, 100%. That is a Afrikaans private school bloke.
German, right? A bit of German.
Yeah, Afrikaans private school bloke, most likely from Johannesburg. And the reason is because of Eend. Like there's a very distinctive thing there.
Wow.
Is he Indian? That's an Indian name. He's South African Jewish, firstly. This is a little bit different. But so Johannesburg is a capital, little small town.
We got it right.
But I think there is like New Zealand and South African accents also some overlap. And like South Africans who live in New Zealand for a long time, the accent gets like very hard to tell where they're actually from. Yeah. I think, did we get everyone wrong?
No, I think we eventually got to everyone. Except for the first one.
Also, some of them we knew because of the actors.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would have been a lot more challenging if it was like, for example, street interviews.
Yeah.
Like random people.
There are so many accents, so every 5 kilometers, every village you go to, you can almost have a distinctive accent. So I would not be able to represent England as a whole, but only a certain type of pronunciation.
Yeah, it was fun. Today we guessed the celebrity's nationality based on their accent.
And if you like this video today, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you very much, and this is all for today. See you next time. Bye.